各位好，我是真。我们现在玩的是 PS4 版的《直到黎明》，我们剩最后一只蝴蝶了，看一下啊，就要迈向结局了。最后一只是混乱终局，就要结束这个第一轮的《直到黎明》了。但目前确定一个Chris 喜欢的那个女的叫什么？GG了，我蛮喜欢她的。没办法，那就让我们看后续的剧情吧。让我们继续看下去。我们复习一下这个蝴蝶好了，新发现的地方我们看一下。泽姆尔奇、超满迪意、马修，这样子而已。那为什么要新发现？翻不了页。感谢 Christopher。麦克看到自己的手指，麦克还有可以用的干想到，找到其他方法通过疗养度假中心。萨曼莎在矿坑内拯救麦克。麦克踢了野狼，后来他们言归于好。野狼在度假中心为麦克指引方向，麦克无法保护他的新朋友野狼。马修支持安利去瞭望台求救的提议，马修发射了信号弹来求救。明天啊，萨曼莎被抓到了。克里斯多夫和艾希利找到萨曼莎，萨曼莎靠麦克拯救，用枪自重。安利将信号弹交给马修，发现没有还击的方法，且被咬伤。麦克面临抉择，没有杀了艾米丽，有备无患。艾希利拿走了剪刀，艾希利刺伤了疯子，疯子将艾希利的眼睛打走。克里斯多夫走了约书亚，形影不离。艾希利跟随了克里斯多夫，艾希利没有看出工作室的人是谁。克里斯多夫和艾希利找到一个穿着萨曼莎衣服的家人。邻居射击，克里斯多夫没有朝艾希利开枪。艾希利在克里斯离开时表现忧虑。kiss 一下，艾希利打开门拯救克里斯多夫，一招被咬，艾米丽被咬伤，麦克放过艾米丽，艾希利面临一项抉择，必须说出真相，就是被咬伤不会变成僵尸的。弃之在后，艾希利不愿抛下克里斯多夫，艾希利跟随了声音。艾希利前往了暗门，就是这里GG的。可恶，他后面其实还有一个地方可以直接跳下去，就不理那个暗门。那时候太冲动了，那时候就觉得怪怪的，没有人的回应的叫声，我就不应该去开那个，直接下去就好。太想要救另外一个女的，叫做 Jessica。重要发现，萨曼莎在矿坑内找到汉娜的日记。汉娜可能已经变神了。那最后我们就要面临跟汉娜 PK， 然后不知道是汉娜GG还是我们GG。这个就是他称为的混乱终局。大家看一下，这样就好。我们的提示还有7个。可能应该是收集不满的啦。 一下这个图腾收集的过往事件好了。好像是一个医生。
Sometime after the prospectors came to mine this mountain,
这边开始
trapped the men and woke the curse again. And there were dozens of men, no food, no light. And in that blackness, the hunger came. They were consumed by their abominable cravings and driven mad. Murderers, cannibals, eating human flesh. Taunt them with fire. Years after many moons, my grasp beyond my reach. Until one night, a year ago, I was finally able to get him in my sights. But we were not alone in the woods that night.
那个姐妹的话，就是遇到那些丧尸啊，然后掉到下面，然后最后那个妹妹应该也变成丧尸，最后应该就有遇到。过往的事件就是说，这个矿坑他们变成人吃人之后，就被那个恶灵附身，所以才会有那种丧尸的出现。那我们继续看下去。我们现在是在那个算丧尸的矿坑里面的巢穴，他们的目的我给跟他看一下。现在是要找约书亚，他们觉得约书亚身上会有那个缆车的钥匙，他们就可以下山。而其实从我们得到的一些资讯来看的话，我们应该要早上行动会比较安全，他们不应该晚上在那边。因为早上就不会有那些丧尸。且不太合理的是，又下去了。那我要上岸。他们变成那个丧尸就可以活80年。新鲜的是那个放火人。这是我们的朋友吧？我搞不清楚。好恐怖哦！
Hey, Josh?
You can't tell me what to do. You can't
Josh?
tell me what to do
Buddy?
anymore. You can't tell me what to do. Oh, okay. Okay. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you.
能不能沟通？
He's tripping or something. Josh!
Mike.
Josh! Hey, man.
Don't hit me, please.
Well, you were deep in it, man. Full mental jacket.
We didn't think we'd get you back. Josh, Hannah was down here for weeks, a month. She dug Beth up.
Sam.
Mike.
Hey, let's just get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Josh, do you have the key for the cable car?
Yeah.
Oh, good. See that over there? That means there's a direct way out. Come on.
There's no way Josh is gonna make it up there.
Okay. If you help me up, I can go back to tell the others we're okay.
Yeah, good.
You bring Josh back the way we came, and we'll all meet at the lodge.
Be careful.
Yeah, you too.
这是攀岩高手，天！
All right, let's go, you fucked up son of a bitch.
对，
You didn't have to hit me so much, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry about before, man. I thought you killed Jess. I was wrong.
我们没有控制过约书亚是没有错的，因为他是之前一段时间的肇事者。为什么那个上司那么冷静？这有什么好运的？拜托嘞！卖公升球，不用。
No. I didn't want you to die.
自言自语。那心理医师都不知道去哪。所以前面乱玩根本就没有什么差，只是，情感上的交流或许会造成结局的不同。或许，靠，要在水里跟那个对打哦。我们看一下，凶险好了。这是约书亚，那不是麦克。 这才是麦克。这个已经过了，这个也过了。这个也过了，被走了。而且麦克好像没拿枪耶。他随着行动力本身就弱了。
You're not real! No, you're not! Hello! Oh! Oh! Oh!
他为什么没有啃他啊？没有选择，麦克抛弃他。马修戏最傻。
Jess, is that you? Jesus, Jess, what the hell happened to you? How the fuck are you still alive?
Yeah.
There's something been going on tonight. Is someone really fucking with us up here?
No.
What?
It's not someone, it's something.
Jess, you had a pretty rough night. Hey, it's pretty confusing.
No. I'm telling you.
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
No, God.
Can you move?
Yeah.
Come on, Jess. Cave in here.
It was me.
What?
I fell through that roof.
You fell this far? Jesus. Makes two of us.
What?
I fell off a goddamn fire tower down here.
You're kidding me.
这个这么聪明的事情。不像是那些丧尸做的，约书亚不知道他们做那么扯的事应该不至于的。他不知道杰西卡的事。所以他根本也不知道马修他们的事。谁呀？损失？这不知道是约书亚还是麦克。恐怖。他真的有做是这个游戏的那个 AI 是要带路的，还是 follow 我们，然后走的样子也是有去 也是有去琢磨的。Jessica现在就走着一副要死，很符合他从上面掉下来，根本就是超强，神力女超人，能够走应该就是奇迹了。救到。在前头，他当然会落下，我应该要躲起来，又没救到，GG了一个。啊，我的天哪！结果我们就是被这些东西全部杀光。Jessica 一开始就是被那个怪物拖出来，所以说他那个已经知道那个不是人，他那个还可以存活，就是很神，只是不想让他那么早死。可是他在中局几乎中间部分几乎都没出现。让大家以为他就是死掉了。不要跳下水。这冰天雪地，他一直跳到水里，怕人死，看人都超冷。靠腰嘞！ 出现这种配乐真的是太妙了。
Worse if we stay out here. Come on.
Mike, what happened to Josh?
I got him.
God, what an awful way to go.
Not good.
What do you think we should do?
We should check the basement. Might be someone left down there.
又回来要绕地下室绕一圈，妈的！你麦克不要乱跑，我们也不用在那边绕了一圈，又去地下室，绕圈圈，你靠腰嘞！这两个门从头到尾都没可以开起来过。应该是没有什么可以探索的。
No new messages.
只是习惯性还是绕一圈这样。 浴室也锁起来。靠！现在约书亚有偷看 Sam 洗澡。好啦，与预期的一样，没什么事情。
How do you rate our chances of survival?
I'm trying not to think about it. Go, go, go!
Oh my God! Oh, shit!
全部人都烧光光。只有 Sam 自己活着。Chris。哦， 天哪！只活了2个人。
Fuck! No!
5个小时的时候死掉了，6个小时12分，被我们自己弄死。2个小时半。
The old man, I don't know how to describe him. I mean,
you said you thought he was stalking you at first. Did anyone else in your group think that?
well, yeah.
Is it possible they could have killed him?
What? No, you don't understand. Don't you understand?
If he attacked you,
He saved my life. And I watched him die. I was right there.
他也活着。
done something. I tried to do something. It wasn't good enough.
I thought we were close. After his sisters disappeared, he'd come and talk to me. He said I was the only one who understood him. I thought we had a connection.
If you need someone to talk to,
I'm fine.
sometimes, after a traumatic experience,
I said I'm fine.
why did you hit Josh?
He was acting like a maniac, and I had to stop him.
I thought you said he was tied up.
Yeah, but... Okay, alright. Okay. I know it looks bad. But you don't understand. He was trying to fuck with our heads.
Where's Em? Have you found Em?
Yes, we have.
What? Where? Where is she?
Sir,
I need to talk to her.
she was in the lodge.
What do you mean? What do you mean she was in the lodge?
In the fire. We recovered her body.
No. She can't be. Oh, God.
表情好
Oh,
好真
fuck
实。
no!
It was my fault Mike died. I wasn't supposed to move. But I did. And he saved me. So it's my fault that he died. You need to listen to me. I don't care if you believe me or not. Doesn't matter because you will. You need to go down to the mines.
what's in the mind, Sam?
I've seen what's down there. And I'd give anything to unsee it.
我们就放着看它结束好了。谢谢各位的观赏，我们完成了直到黎明 Until Dawn 的第1轮，存活3个人，最后的 Mike、Emily 都被我们自己的人烧死。这个故事嘛，其实人家批评当然是也是有道理，因为后面丧尸跟 前面的那个有点太跳痛，可是他又想要营造出一个，有人死掉，有人生还的感觉，他就必须要创出非约书亚的杀人魔。而是他杀人魔就选择那些丧尸。最后还有约书亚，他没有说他死掉，他只是被那个他妹妹抓走了。这也有点令人玩味啊！他没有说他死亡的时间。刚才都有死亡时间，可是约书亚却没有。不知道就算是重玩，也不知道可以闹出什么结局，因为我们这个结局看起来也只是3个人一直被审问而已。除非我们从一开始就连将姐妹都救吧，不然可能不会有什么好结局。只是差别在10几个访问几个人。如果各位喜欢《直到黎明 Until Dawn》这个游戏的话，请点个喜欢让我知道，并且在下方留言，让我知道你想不想看我们玩第2轮的剧情。那这个游戏，我觉得好不好呢？我是觉得还不错，因为毕竟 PS3 以前比较少这种互动顶式的游戏，或许有可是我也不太知道。PS4，这个就其实是 PS3 然后 PS4 再重置嘛。那 PS4 的话，硬体规格提高了一些，几乎看游戏几乎都没有戏剧的，都可以即时运算 像那个 Sam 他那个右上角的那个伤啊，一开始被乌鸦弄到之后，从头到尾都有那个伤。就及时预算的结果，这点还不错，而且人物什么建模都还不错。像不对，这片好像不是 PS3 上，这片是 PS4 原生的哦，所以画面真是算不错。另外，我们还有2片没有玩的，那个建模就有比较差一点，就是那个暴雨杀机跟这个2个灵魂啊。之后我们应该会玩这2片。这个直到黎明呢，看大家点的喜欢的数量跟在下方留言的数量，再决定要不要再开第2轮。我自己的话，应该是偏向把另外2片玩完之后再回来看要不要玩这个，毕竟我也想试试看可不可以把所有人都救到。收集那些东西，其实也还没有那么必要。我们大概就已经知道这个故事的脉络哈。整个从头到尾就是这个矿坑在开采，那么那些人被埋在里面，被迫没有食物的状况下人吃人，然后造成被恶灵附身了。约书亚变身了。
Stay back! Stay back! No! Stay back!
我们看一下状态跟可收集的物品。杰西卡或者杰西卡脱逃失败。马修找到杰西卡，生成之黎明到来。汉娜的日记，知晓了狗的真面目。约书亚是怎么变的啊？怎么变怪物的啊？必须要吃人啊！汉娜认出约书亚，所以40人闹就变身了。萨曼莎成功脱逃，麦克在山庄内死亡，艾米丽在矿坑内死亡，艾希莉在矿坑内死亡，艾米丽在山庄内死亡。Christopher 成功逃脱，2个在里面死了。我们看一下特别收入。我们看一下特别收入哈，这上面比较 胖一点点，我也算是蛮正的。
I am Hayden Panettiere, and we are here at the studio recording Until Dawn.
My name is Rami Malek, and I played Josh.
My name is Megan Martin.
My name is Brett Dalton.
My name is Antonella Lentini, and I played Hannah and Beth.
My name is Jordan Fisher, and I play the character Matthew, Matt for short.
I'm Nicole Bloom, and I play Emily in the game.
My name is Noah Fleiss.
I am Galadriel Steinman, and I play Ashley.
So, Until Dawn is the story of 8 teenagers who revisit this cabin in the woods about a year later after a really traumatic experience where I've lost 2 of my sisters, so coming to kind of get some closure in that respect.
这种蛮像也属于。
does really well is make these multi-layered characters, and I think for just the story in general, it follows the quintessential horror film plot lines, but the characters are so unique in themselves, and I think that's very cool.
Oh, I hope this was the right thing to do.
What?
You know, get everyone together on the anniversary. I mean, Josh seemed really pumped about us all doing something, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he definitely did. I haven't seen him so excited about something in forever.
Good, good. Sam and I have a few things in common, such as being huge lovers of animals, and she's a huge animal lover. She's vegan. She is a pacifist. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna go as far as saying that I'm a pacifist, but she's spunky and cool. I know that she, I think, is made fun of a little bit by the rest of them who think that her morals and her beliefs in that area are a little ridiculous, and they don't agree with them. But she doesn't care. It doesn't stop her from being herself, and that's something that I hope I have in common with her.
You know, he definitely can be depressed at some times and a bit of a loner, but he takes some solace in one of his sister's friends, Sam, played by Hayden Panettiere, and invites everybody back to the same house the next year to kind of find some closure.
Jessica is, she has a whole lot of personality. She is definitely the sort of mean girl character that, you know, at school she knows she's pretty, she knows that boys like her, and she's going to use it to her advantage.
He's got a big heart, you can tell that's very evident, especially how he treats his girlfriend, Emily, and, you know, he's kind of a meathead, but in the best way possible.
She really knows what she wants, and she manages to get that from whomever it is, whether it be Matt or Mike, you know, she's really driven, and I can definitely relate to that.
My character is Chris, and he is what society might consider the nerd of the group, and he kind of embraces it.
Ashley she's a little more serious than some of the other girls. She's definitely very intelligent and thoughtful. She kind of looks at the whole big picture of things. She's not quite as geeky as Chris, but they connect in a lot of ways.
Mike is like big guy on campus. He's the class president who has some charm and has
Mike.
And I don't know, people seem to like Mike. He gets away with a lot though. He can be kind of jerky.
The fact that he really just kind of wants everyone to be happy. I mean, he's a people pleaser, and that's I can definitely attest to being, you know, that guy. I'm always the friend that wants everybody to be happy and wants everybody to be taken care of, and that's definitely Matt.
But also, like, this character is just so fun. I rarely get to play the bitch, and so it was really fun to do that.
The spirit of things? Seriously? What's wrong with you?
I'm just trying to lighten the mood, Em. Don't be like that.
Like what?
这浓妆这样就不 OK 了，真的比较好看。
The coolest thing to be a part of, and I just think it's going to take the world by storm. I really do. I think this genre is the wave of the future, and I think that once people see the potential behind it, of getting to interact with the drama that you're witnessing unfold in such a realistic way, that this is how entertainment's going to be from now on.
不能快转啊！
Hi, this is Lee Robinson, production designer on Until Dawn. The production design for Until Dawn started with the great teen horror script that sets the characters in a Canadian winter mountain lodge, being a contemporary setting with visual clues derived from classic films of that genre, such as Hitchcock's Psycho and Stanley Kubrick's Shining. The storyboards are vital to the production design as it allows the designer to understand the scale of the environments to be made and the detail that would be seen to create the atmosphere of a horror. This took us into concepts that took these storyboards further, visualizing the world through the color palette, the lighting, tone and the mood, and developing key locations such as the lodge, the cable car stations, the forests themselves, the wilderness. As you can see, the environments and atmospheres change quite a bit from warm and inviting to cold and threatening. The Millionaire's Mountain Lodge was a key example. It was designed to be made from nearby stone and timber, embedding it into the landscape, with a contrasting and contemporary interior needing to be opulent and extravagant. We created dark and claustrophobic corridors with ominous and large open spaces, almost cathedral-like in size, and with huge structures to silhouette and dwarf the characters within, providing a labyrinth to explore and wander. Each character was developed with a strong visual identity in mind, with contrasting colours, tones and silhouettes to identify them, each to have their own texture, pattern and shape, so that when they were lined up you could always identify them. The costume designs allowed a range of clothes that would suit them for the cold winter weather, but also have an element of style and individualism, so that the audience could look at them and relate, recognizing themselves within them.
A lady would like to cuddle up with her man by a nice cozy fire bathed in atmospheric mood lighting.
Right. It'll get plenty toasty once we're rubbing up against each other.
Mike. Fire and mood lighting.
Yes.
Working with the lighting artists, we really brought the look and feel of the world together, and this required a thorough understanding of the visual language of teen horror. A key scene was where all the characters emerge out of the rear of the lodge chasing Hannah. A contrast is evident straight away from the exterior wilderness to the warmth of the lodge. The attention to character lighting here is through the bounce and rim lighting, accented colours and composition, creating characters that come from the dark into the light and back again with an emotional effect.
Guys, there's someone outside. What the hell?
Hannah!
What's going on? Where's my sister going?
It's fine. She just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Han.
Until Dawn is a game that's full of horror, and one of the things we decided to do early on was to take a scientific approach to how scary it was. So we did experiments on people and we measured their responses to the game. We've created a test area. It's as close to a home setup as we can get it. We've recruited ordinary people to play the game and we've left them to play it on their own.
You're turning the light off.
The only difference is it's rigged with cameras and microphones that relay the data through to the next room where people are watching them play. Bracelet here we use for biometric testing. It measures the player's emotional response. It's called a galvanic response sensor. It makes contact with the user's skin and it measures the electrical conductivity across their skin. It's the same principle as an old-fashioned lie detector. When you're stressed, you sweat a little, very sensitive, it picks up tiny changes if the player is feeling anxious or scared. That data is fed back to a testing team, comes through as a graph.
这个我两个都没有点。嘿，结果还是摔死了。没有变。
No point testing one or two people, you have to test a lot of people.
What's your step?
When we have a scare that's consistently has a measurable emotional response, then we knew it was good. If it didn't have that, it goes back to the team for improvement. The data doesn't tell us what's wrong with the scare, it only tells us if it's working or not.
Wait, okay, so you hear that too, right?
我心跳。
Josh.
Here we have a chapter relatively early in the game.
Weirdly regular.
nothing regular about it.
We have to create tension and anxiety in the player so they are ready to receive the scare.
爆头。面具有改。面具后来改的比较恐怖。
You have to give the player time to recover, to cool down, to calm down, and then start building the tension again before we do the next scare.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
哦，那个是
What the hell?
哦，那个面具是那个
Just got mucked.
Christopher。
Yeah, I have such an adrenaline high from that game.
There's two things we found. One is we could look at the scares, analyse if our expected scares were working effectively. Were people shrieking and covering their hands, or were they getting an emotional response from it? And being scientific about it means that we strip out people's opinions about whether things are working or not. We've got data, and we look at the data. If it's working, we're happy with it.
Really scary.
Bit scared and wanting to get away.
I actually maybe a bit scared to play it on my own, but
in a room with the lights on, yeah, with some other people as well, yeah, maybe.
But because I'm a scaredy cat, I would play with someone in the room. And the lights on.
It was one of the scariest games I've played in a long while.
主要是关灯啊，关灯恐怖。
Hello. Hey, Graham.
心理医生最后也没什么
Hi, my name is
戏。
Graham Resnick. I'm a filmmaker, writer, director, sound designer. And I started working with Larry Fessenden about 10, 15 years ago through my friend Ty West, who I grew up with, and have done a lot of sound design with on his films. And he was producing Ty's films at the time, and Ty introduced me to Larry. Larry produced my first feature, and we've written together on several projects.
My name is Larry Fessenden. I'm a filmmaker. I run Glass Eye Pix, which is an independent production company out of New York. We make indie movies, a lot of scary movies as well. And I got a call to audition to write this video game. And I called my pal Graham Resnick because Graham's a gamer. And while I thought I could offer something to the idea of writing this multi-branching story, I knew that I would want Graham's expertise as a lover of gameplay, since I guess games were started. So
and just as a lover.
And as a lover, yes. Which is why there's so many sex jokes in the game.
There was one Italian website that did say the Larry
that's
Fessenden
right.
and Graham Resnick, the two lovers behind Until Dawn.
Come here. Maybe I know how to handle you too.
I am definitely ready to be handled.
So I wanted Graham by my side. Yeah, and we got the gig, and it's been an amazing ride.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my god.
She's taking her shirt off.
What? Oh my god. Matt, what are you doing here?
Hannah.
I'm sorry, Hannah. This all got out of hand, but...
So in the game, the basic setup is that a year prior to the game's start, all these kids had gone up to a ski lodge that was owned by the parents of one of the kids, or a couple of the kids, and some of the teenagers played a prank on some of the other teenagers, and a terrible tragedy occurred when a few of them, two sisters, ran out into a blizzard, and were never seen from again. So now, a year later, this is kind of torn apart, this group of friends. They've gone through some trials and tribulations in the past year. The brother of the two girls has had a lot of psychological issues, and to kind of help him cope and help them all get over it, they all returned to the lodge a year later, back up on the mountain. And the idea is to get over it, but...
the healing does not begin.
Yeah, and these kids are all trying to find themselves. They've been through a trauma, but in general, they're just teenagers trying to figure out who they are. So they're all kind of falling into the patterns, the stereotypes, the characters they see on TV and in the movies.
I think we were very interested in taking genre tropes and kind of making them sort of refresh them.
Hey, did you see that? Dad said it'd just be us this weekend.
We're familiar with how slasher movies work. You know, most people have seen some horror movies, and we have established notions and preconceptions about the roles of the players in horror movies and how they talk and how they get killed and how they have sex. And to bring you into the game that way and then subvert a lot of those expectations is kind of our goal.
They're haunted by some incident that happened in their past, which I think you pretty much figure out that that's going to have a role in their interaction. Yeah, so I think what was fun was we take some sort of stock characters and we try to give them some shape, but at least at the beginning they're recognizable in the way of groups of friends. There's, you know, the jock and the bitchy girl and the rivalries between everyone. And
oh my gosh, and really fun characters too. We just had so much fun living in the minds of these characters through writing the script.
What do you think?
Jesus!
You know, it was fun. I think we were looking to get that kind of banter that you see both in movies, but also that you absolutely have with friends, and sort of those inside jokes. And of course, as writers and as friends ourselves, we sort of developed little tracks, and we try to give the characters that kind of vibe.
配乐。The scope. Ocean Way. MTT.
All right, from the top.
自己作曲，然后录音乐。
My name is Jason Graves, and I'm the composer for Until Dawn. I've been involved with Until Dawn for about a year now. Originally, I was contacted by Barney Pratt, the audio director. I think that had something to do with my lineage of horror games, and hopefully not the fact that my last name is Graves, although a lot of people seem to associate my name with scary music. One of the things that was really exciting about working with Barney and the team at Supermassive is they really wanted something unique for the music. They wanted the music to stand out and be a character on its own in the game.
有多少音乐吗？我怎么没感觉
？When I'm first starting on a new score, and it doesn't matter if it's film, television, or games, I always end up going to the main theme. Sometimes the developer or producer isn't even necessarily interested in the main theme at the beginning. I just want to do it for myself, because for me, the main theme is the identity of the game. It establishes the mood, the atmosphere, and the character of the music, and how it's going to be playing in the background. And that's what we did with Until Dawn. That was actually my demo pitch to Supermassive Games. I put a main theme together, recorded all the instruments at my studio, and sent it to them. And they liked it. We actually ended up recording that exact theme, all the instruments and everything, live here at Ocean Way, probably 9 months ago. And that's what we've been using in all the demos for the game, and that's the final version of the theme that is the main theme that you'll hear on the menus and in some key pieces of gameplay.
Oh, 这首。
I seem to have made a name for myself in horror. And there's something about scary music, I think it's maybe the lack of rules. The biggest rule in scary music is there are no rules, so you can do anything you want, and actually, if you end up doing things that don't feel like they would work out together, they kind of clash and it ends up being even more effective for scary music. So that's what really drew me to Until Dawn, was the textures, plus writing thematic material that is interwoven with the scary textures. I haven't really done anything like that before. Usually it was just all tension all the time, and that's fun and it's great. But I'm actually at heart a very melodic composer. That's the kind of music I love listening to, and that's the kind of music I love writing. That's the kind of music I got to work on in Until Dawn. Very nice. Same thing.
还有几个？1、2、3、4，四个好，看完好了。动作结局。
My name is Will Biles, Executive Creative Director of Until Dawn. The first part of getting a believable facial performance in-game is to capture topographically the actor's range of emotional expressions as separate versions of the same head. Every tiny nuance gets digitized and merged, effectively creating a model that can recreate every facial movement that the actor makes. Once the topography has been recorded, the actor's performance itself can be captured by using a predetermined set of marker points drawn precisely on the face and a high-def helmet cam wirelessly linked to capture devices. The camera is the small box where it looks like the microphone should be.
Outro Sam. Mark.
It records in high def the movement of the dots throughout the performance that will drive the expressions captured earlier. Unlike other systems, this form of capture is far less lossy because there are fewer interpretations between performance captured and performance rendered finally in-game. The audio is also recorded via 2 separate lavalier mics attached to the helmet. It takes a while for the actors to acclimatize to carrying around the recording devices and the helmet cams, but very soon the shoot becomes similar to any other effects shoot or a green screen shoot. The actors in these scenes are only recording facial animation, but use cursory body movements for pacing.
Wait, and maybe we should all stick together and find everybody, make sure that we're all okay, so...
1-1, the year before the prank. Take 2, Mark.
Other than the other actors, they have to use their imagination for everything and everywhere that they are supposed to be seeing and feeling.
Idiot. So dumb.
From a hot midday studio in Los Angeles to a freezing midnight mountain in British Columbia.
最后倒数第3个，从幕后到幕前之2。
Because Until Dawn has a dynamic, ever-changing story, the facial performances and the body performances are recorded separately with different systems.
分开录制哦。
With the body capture, we use reflective bead suits and an infrared camera matrix system that drives the CG bone hierarchies in our character models.
So cool.
These performances cover everything from character locomotion, scene-specific performances, and stunt work, most of which was recorded at studios in Pinewood and Shepperton, near London.
Hannah. Hello?
Combining all the elements seamlessly in the final game becomes a formidable editing and logistical task. Every variation, both physical and emotional, must be combined in these multi-edits. Scaffolding props have to stand in for the sets, because the hundreds of infrared cameras have to be able to see all of the reflective beads on the actor.
邪恶之名 Until Dawn. What in hell's name?
America's Northwoods border region. Within this land of 10,000 lakes and miles of dense timber, a hideous creature is believed to lurk.
The Northwoods is probably one of the last frontiers in America.
There's still a lot of places in this area that hasn't been set foot by man. Monsters and mysteries exist here because it is remote.
Up in the North Woods, winters are long. In times of biting cold and isolation, a devouring monster is believed to come forth. It's terrorized native people for generations.
Growing up, I was told, like, don't go outside, the Wendigo will get you.
Wendigo.
Among the traditions of the northern Algonquin tribes is the Wendigo, a monster that can seize hold of a person to carry out its hunger for human flesh.
Many Native Americans fear even talking about this Wendigo, and even the mention of the name will let the Wendigo find out where you are, and it will open you up to be possessed by this Wendigo.
The most famous case of a Wendigo possession took place in 1879. In the deep woods outside of Edmonton, Alberta. Swift Runner, a Cree Indian, was a trapper and a guide. He had left town the previous autumn with his wife, 6 children, and his mother. But when Swift Runner returned in spring, he was alone.
Swift Runner came into a nearby village telling this heartbreaking tale.
I had to watch them starve to death.
Of his family being killed by starvation, and that he was the only survivor.
My whole family gone.
It wasn't hard to understand a family falling victim to a brutal winter.
To even not.
Yet something was suspicious about Swift Runner.
He was a strapping man, and he came into town weighing over 200 pounds. It didn't look like somebody who had just weathered a terrible winter. He wasn't malnourished, didn't look like he was starving. He looked healthier than ever.
After a few nights, it became clear that something was wrong.
He started having night terrors, screaming in his sleep.
I am the Wendigo!
Villagers alerted the police.
Swift Runner actually guided them back to his winter cabin. When they got there, that's when they saw the true horror. Human skulls were scattered around. Many bones, some of which had been snapped in half, and the marrow inside had been drained. They had never seen anything like it. Swift Runner had killed his entire family, shooting them, hitting them with an axe, strangling, and then eating most of their bodies.
Right up until the moment the noose was on his neck, Swift Runner swore the evil spirit of the Wendigo had possessed him and twisted him into a cannibal killer.
When he was on the gallows, Swift Runner himself said, "I am no longer a man."
Just move over there. Go on, move. Let me say what I came to say. I'm here to tell you what you're up against being back on this mountain. You should never have returned. I don't know why you did after what happened last year.
You mean with Hannah and Beth?
Yeah, how could you know without being involved?
I don't take kindly to you kids coming up here to my mountain.
Your mountain.
The mountain don't belong to me, it's true. But it don't belong to the Washingtons. This mountain belongs to the Wendigo.
Hi, this is Lee Robinson, production designer at Supermassive Games. Understanding the ancient myths of the Wendigo was key for their development that helped the visual look. Through sketches and concepts, these elements were visualized, such as eyes being milky, almost dead, with loss of lips and eyelids due to frostbite, fangs growing and arms and legs getting longer, with skin hardening and thickening to look snarling and menacing, yet withered and lean.
What the hell was that? Another fucking piece of
fingers and toenails extending like claws, allowing them to climb effortlessly. We made them look gaunt and weathered, and having ragged remains of clothes they wore, blood-stained and rotten, with patches of hair still remaining. They retained strong skeletal limbs, which enable them to be agile and quick through the environment.
Where are you?
My name is Jamie Gallipo, Animation Director at Supermassive. The overall direction on the creature was to be very strong, to be extremely fast. We wanted a spider-like movement to the creature. 1 minute scampering to leaping and then crawling, almost instantaneous. And finally, we wanted the creature to have this real, uncontrollable thirst for flesh.
From a sound design perspective, the Wendigo is a real challenge. For the main vocalizations of the Wendigo, we used our own vocalizations, various different animals from the exotic to the farmyard, various plugins and processes to gel these sounds together and keep a human resonance behind that voice, telling the backstory of the Wendigo. During the chase sequences, the anger of the Wendigo is felt by encircling breaths, screams and screeches that essentially chase you as you're being chased by the Wendigo. We would layer them up in a multitude of layers, sometimes 15, 20 sounds playing at the same time, to build up the vocalizations for this fearsome creature which is always in attack mode, hyperactive and chasing you throughout the game.
后面应该还有一些。 那我们就看到这。那种章节的话，它是。 年前4好像。可能是最后。 3章啊，这就要再看一下。好，我们就先玩到这。待会换奥丁领域继续。如果各位喜欢《Until Dawn》直到黎明这款游戏的话，点个喜欢让我知道。如果想要再看2轮的故事的话，请在下方留言。喜欢跟我们一起玩的话，可以点订阅。 及旁边的铃铛，随时追踪我们实况的状况。我是真，我们待会见。